From Kamala Harris to Cory Booker to Elizabeth Warren, Democratic presidential contenders are getting voters fired up on the campaign trail.
We can win this fight. Dream big. Fight hard and win.
Trump is a danger for the future of our country.
Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders, a self-described Democratic socialist, is the latest to join the Democratic field.
Our campaign is about creating a government and economy that works for the many, not just the few.
That progressive energy is also evident with new Democratic members of Congress, like New York Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, pushing a sweeping new environmental plan.
And I am so incredibly excited that we are going to transition this country into the future, and we are not going to be dragged behind by our past.
But the Democrats' emphasis on far-reaching plans for the environment, taxes on the wealthy, and expanding government health care programs is drawing fire from Republicans and from President Donald Trump on the campaign trail.
Yet there are those trying to implement socialism right here in the United States. So I again say to you, and I say it for the world to hear, America will never be a socialist country. Never, never.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says the lively debate is all part of belonging to a broad party.
Welcome to the Democratic Party. We are not a rubber stamp for anybody. We are not a monolith. We never have been. And who would want to lead a party that would be described that way?
Democrats have long had a reputation for ideological splits and infighting, says analyst Larry Sabato.
The humorist Will Rogers said it best way back in the 1920s. He said, I belong to no organized political party. I'm a Democrat. And we're seeing that again. There are so many factions in the Democratic Party, and they're all being represented by a candidate or two or three.
Democratic voters will be looking for certain qualities as they choose a presidential nominee next year, says Elaine Kamarck.
Kind of young and aggressive and can, has enough gravitas, however, to deal with the challenges in front of the country. They're going to be looking at somebody who's really unlike Donald Trump.
But many Democrats will be most interested in finding a candidate who can beat the president, says Jim Kessler.
If a candidate goes too far left with a Bernie Sanders type agenda, I think that candidate is vulnerable to losing to Donald Trump. And I don't think that's where a lot of Democrats are substantively, and I don't think that's where they are politically.
Former Vice President Joe Biden and former New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg, both centrists, could join the Democratic presidential field in the near future, ensuring a lively debate in the upcoming primaries. Jim Malone, VOA News, Washington.
In the middle of the mighty Mississippi, in our nation's heartland.